Hello there. If you like truth, you'll like it here. Welcome. When women weaponize their children. Full disclosure, I will try to tread carefully and cautiously here, but I am going to say some things that need saying. They are not nice, though I will try to say them nicely. They are, however, the truth. So let's get into it. Martell's co-demon mistress and baby mama has been posting pictures of her illegitimate child from her formerly married lover, as if anything about their child or where he comes from deserves recognition or celebration. Now, I'm not saying she should be ashamed of the person that is her child, but I do think there should be some level of shame about his origin, and that rightful shame should make her less inclined to post this child everywhere and with the messages that reportedly accompany the posts. But I will get into that in a minute. Let's first address the elephant in the room. And again, I will try to be delicate. The professional baby mama is his mom, so she's supposed to think he's cute. Let's just say I'm not his mom, and I don't see what she sees. Again, I am treading cautiously here. But that said, the little boy looks evil. His eyes are so hooded and appear joyless. There is no light in his eyes, no twinkle, not even a twinkle of mischief, just nothing. Children usually have a lightness about them, a levity, but he appears heavy with the weight of the world on his shoulders, like the fact that he was conceived in sin and duplicity, then birthed in anger and vengeance, and is now being weaponized and sicked on the public, and the ex-wife that his mom is still obsessed with, has all produced a child that looks old and mean and angry and a bit sinister, like he'd try to hurt someone just to see their reaction, which I guess is fitting, as that appears to be exactly what his mom does. Again, his mom is supposed to think he's cute. What I will say is, I like his shoes. Did any of the pictures of him show his shoes? Well, great then, I like his shoes. His shoes look nice and sturdy, and that's good. The little man has nice shoes. Now, I'm going to move on, but not before I say that I wouldn't wish this little boy's existence on an enemy. Look at what his mom is, and who his dad is, and isn't, and tell me if you think this little boy stands a chance. Now, couple that with the fact that strangers are already approaching this woman teen to tell her the boy is bad, and that they need prayer. And this is after people were already watching the little boy go upside her head since he was born. So, no ma'am, I wouldn't want this boy's path. And though I wish his outcome was different, as well as his parentage, what I will say is, biblically, it wasn't uncommon for people to be blessed across their lineage, nor cursed across it, for that matter. Meaning, punishments were handed down generationally. So with this woman teen's continuous behavior, I would not be surprised if this boy gets more than his fair share of heartache and pain, because that's the check his mom and dad keep writing, and have been writing since he was born, and the universe will surely cash it. You have to ask yourself, what type of person would weaponize a child, their own child no less, to inflict pain on another? Well, his mom would, because that's the whole purpose of the child, in the mom's eyes, in my opinion. The child was a, I can get pregnant too, war cry from his mom to a man she was desperate to have fully, but who only wanted her in parts, allegedly the oral and anal parts. The child was a, I can keep my baby too, get back tool against a woman, her lover's ex-wife, who couldn't care less about her beyond the fact that she was the modern day skeezer who was sleeping with her husband. For the baby mama mistress, aka skeezer, this is personal between her and Melody. It's woman against woman, or woman against woman teen. But for Melody, the baby mama skeezer is inconsequential. She's just the thing her husband was doing outside of their marriage. No more important than if he was gambling their finances away, or doing drugs. All would have been behaviors that would have needed to be checked, and could have caused the demise of the marriage. The skeezer was just the distraction the devil chose to strip a weak and easily influenced Martell from his destiny. But that child, dear God, his mom warred with the ex-wife and whomever else she needed before his birth, and has now recruited him in her imaginary war. He is now her battle tool. It is sad and unfair to the child. After all, he didn't choose to be born into this dysfunction. But he will be the pain product his mom unleashes as her arsenal of choice. Between the skeezer and Martell, the only people they appear to love is their individual selves. Not even each other. Just their individual self. Everyone else is up for grabs. In any case, and back to my point, this girl weaponizing this child is nothing new and unfortunately was what this child was created for. It is why she allowed the child's assembly in the first place, whereas she had disposed of all the other quote-unquote toys, if you will, that she and Martell had created. His design was for retribution and making as many people as possible pay. She got tired of fighting alone and wanted to strengthen her case by creating a mini toy soldier to help her in her battle to obtain Martell's love and Melody's life, which ultimately makes life so sad for her son. In a previous video entitled, Dear Martell Holt's Mistress and Baby Mama, a special Valentine's Day message for you, I talked about how I wish for better for her son, and I still have that wish today. But that's just the thing. It's only a wish. The sad truth is that this boy will likely have hell on earth to pay, just by the nature of who his parents are and what they are about. But when you add to that fact that they also weaponize him at will and use him as a tool against the imaginary and one-sided fight against the ex-wife, as his mom does, or as a spare tire or tool, as I illustrated in a previous video, and as his dad does, this child doesn't seem like he's got even a remote chance at a normal, happy, and conventionally successful life. At least the professional baby mama's first kid has a seemingly normal baby daddy to sweep in and pick up the pieces. The second kid from the second baby daddy doesn't have that. Both of his parents are defective. What that child needs is our prayers. No, I don't think he's cute. But that's because he's so shrouded in sadness and sorrow and dejection and misery, inflicted on him by his own parents, who only see him as a revenge tactic to be let loose on the general public, the ex-wife, the unsuspecting legitimate children, and whomever else his parents feel might get in the way of their quest for what exactly, I don't know. Because at this point, they don't even seem to have a purpose for doing what they do. They're not doing all this to fight for their right to be together, because no one is stopping them. They're not doing all this to get their family on TV, because the producers have told the baby mama in every language they speak, and 2 more they made up, that they don't want her, or her story, or her trashiness anywhere near their cameras. I mean, how gutter do you have to be too low for even a reality TV show? You don't even have to have talent to be on a reality TV show. You just have to show up and be. And they're telling you that you're not even good enough for that? No wonder this girl is jumping on live every chance she gets. She finally gets acceptance from somewhere. Because literally every other area of her life she keeps hearing a resounding, you're not good enough. But back to what I was saying. At this point, one has to wonder why they're still even trying to inflict pain on others, whether via this child or whomever or whatever else is at their disposal to use. At this point, given that their actions have no viable reason, we have to assume that they just like the chaos that surrounds them. The toxic fumes feel and smell good to them. It is their norm and their comfort, which means it's that child's norm too. And that's just the thing. Women and men who weaponize their children don't realize that the truest harm they do is to their own child being weaponized, and to themselves. When women use their children as pawns against men who've broken their hearts, they potentially weaken the full potential of the children by keeping them away from one more person that could love, lead, and guide them throughout their lives. Why would someone want to keep love and good things away from their own children? When men turn away from their children as a way to get back at their children's mom, they cause damage within their children. Yes, they may hurt the mom some, but the ultimate hurt is felt by the children. The same goes with Martell's skeezer. She is harming her son and doesn't even seem to realize it or care. Looking at that child's face, one doesn't see youth and laughter and little boy zaniness. One sees a hardened, angry-looking, unsmiling child that looks like he's never laughed out loud a day in his life, like he's been peed off since the days of swimming around in her belly. In weaponizing her child against her perceived enemies, she is poisoning the well of her own child. That makes her a worse creature, and her child's situation even sadder than any of us ever thought. All right, y'all. That's it, and that's all. Hello there. If you like truth, you'll like it here. Welcome. If you don't, or if you believe in groupthink, or bullying others into believing the popular opinion, then this isn't the place for you. So go ahead and just cancel me now. On this channel, we don't discuss my truth or your truth. We discuss the truth, and no topic is off limits. So, log in, like, subscribe, get comfy, and comment. It's nice to have you here. So let's talk.